One of the best parts about doing this brand new series here on the RGR football channel is that it could be a different play from a completely different expanded cast of characters every single week. We don't really know who is going to fall victim to the newest episode every week, but I can tell you one thing, it's going to be a lot of fun along the way. Let's find out who is going to be in harm's way this week on RGR. And with that brand new intro, thank you, Ryan, for the great work on that. I love the way that it turned out. We're going to talk about some interesting details this week. The last preseason game against the Green Bay Packers left a lot to be desired in terms of some big hits. I know Deion Bush had another one on a kick return or a punt return one, or a punt coverage team, something like that. And it just didn't want to do that 2 weeks in a row. So I went a little bit different, and I wanted to cover some ground that really allows me to be more of a teacher for everybody here. So let's go ahead and jump in, because while on the top, I think, there we go. I think that there is some intriguing bits to dissect. We're just going to watch the play, and then obviously I'll walk you through everything out about the play when we get through. But I really like the release. Like, this is, everyone wanted to see the release, and the good thing about this is that we do see Skyy Moore on the line of scrimmage. I liked to see the usage of him as an X type of receiver on the outside with a guy in press coverage. Again, he can beat that press coverage, and he can beat that. So the biggest detail I want to talk about to begin, okay, this is called a 9-8-9 route. What that means is you're going to have Skyy Moore running a 9 route just up the field. It's a go route. Same with Dory's Fountain. He's running a 9 route. They motion Noah Gray from out here to C1, give them the coverage, what we're looking at here, back in line. And he's running what's called the 8 route. Okay, the 8 route when he gets there. Let's go ahead and just kind of let him get there first, and then we'll talk about it. So that's just identifying man coverage, okay? So you've got 9 route, you've got 9 route, you have the 8, which is typically more deeper over route or an in route, depending on the player. Like, you can, or depending on the coverage, you can kind of try to break them off that way. But you have both Justin Watson here kind of doing a little chip. You have Isaiah Pacheco doing the same thing on the outside, and they're both just going to be release valves to the flat, okay? That's going to be their option here. So it's a longer developing route. That's why you have 2 guys chipping to give the quarterback some time to let the 9 and the 8 routes develop. That's all you're doing here on this 9-8-9 route. That's why you have 2 guys being their chippers and releasers. What we have on the opposite side is Green Bay playing straight man coverage, basically cover 1 blitz. So you have free safety, man coverage. You've got man coverage. You've got man coverage. You have man coverage, and you have man coverage. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just showing 5. They're just going to blitz 5. So that's all this is. It's very basic coverage, and it's a good thing that, I think that it was a pretty vanilla look in the preseason. You're not going to get a whole lot out of the Green Bay Packers on defense. But again, blitzing, that's why you have the chip help right here and from Pacheco. So let's go ahead and go through. Eventually, this ends up being, a 5-man protection. But I want to talk a little bit about the release from Skyy Moore, because this is part of the process of being in harm's way. You have a corner who's playing outside leverage already. He's already lined up closer to the outside. So what does Skyy Moore do? Okay, he wants to win. He wants to win and be, that guy. And my light died out behind me. What can he do? Either way, he wants to win. So what's he going to do? He's going to attack the outside of that corner, kind of make him open a little bit and kind of even stray more towards that sideline. And then he's just going to release inside. It's super quick. It's super efficient. Boom, right there. It's just a little shimmy hesitation to get that corner to bite. And we can see the bite right here is because his feet are standing still. He's trying to get a hand on him, and Skyy's already won. He's basically already stacked him in that second that it took him to, stand him up. That's all it takes. So that's a really, really good job, again, from Skyy Moore. But not only is Skyy Moore putting this guy's ankles in harm's way, the throw, look at the anticipation throw from Chad Henne. We have the deep safety here, but he's already releasing this football out here. He's like, I see Skyy Moore is going. I see him open, and I'm going to drop this in the bucket. And I love this. You guys are wondering why Chad Henne is still on the roster. We know now he is on the roster at this point. I assume so. But this is a beautiful football thrown by Chad Henne in between the safety, in between the corner. And I will give props to number 43. He was able to correct himself and he was able to come back and recover, which is very important. 90% of playing cornerback is recovering. The same can be said about playing tackle and pass pro. Does a good job here, but you're losing, and I think that he just got caught a little bit. But this is a really great route combination. They use it a lot, especially for those longer developing routes, and especially with a single high safety. You imagine you got Skyy Moore, MVS, or McCole Hardman out here. You can do it from here too. If you see these single high safeties, that's the reason that they use this 9-8-9 route, especially if you get that safety all the way off against man coverage. Then you can hit Noah Gray over the middle on this deep in route and really get some chunk plays. So that's what all they were looking for there on the offense. And I wanted to break down a little bit of the back end because they do a good job on the offensive line taking to those chips and then sorting out the blitz, because when you have 5-man protection, it really does come down to being able to identify where the biggest pressure is going to come from and how you're going to protect. Okay, so you have the chip help from Watson here. You've got Pachenko's going to try and get 49 here, but at the end of the day, like what we're looking at here is a good double here from Tooney and Brown. Tooney's going to come off on this guy that's coming underneath. Good job again by Creed Humphrey. Smith's here. Wiley, boom. Like it's 5-on-5. Every man gets them, and everyone's covered up, and they do a great job of sorting it out and getting on and allowing Chad Henne the time, even if he didn't have this throw immediately, to be able to bring out with it, because everyone got covered up, and they did a good job again of getting through that. And they always seem to do a good job of being mentally strong in their 5-man protection. So just for you guys that you don't know, 5-man protection and this empty protection system is called basically inside everywhere. So if you have, say they bring somebody else off the edge, okay? Say that this guy's here is coming, okay? So you have boom, 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 and boom. Or not him. He's not blitzing. Either way, but understand that this is just a presentation. So Andrew Wiley is dealing with 2 guys coming off the edge. When you have this kind of predicament, you have to guard the closest man to the quarterback first. So basically, if 48 is blitzing off the end, but you also have, say this guy comes here and 55 comes closest to you, you protect the inside first. The quickest way to the quarterback is the inside. So you have to get 55 first. You have to let the free men off the edge. So if they bring more than you can actually protect against, like an overload blitz, for example. They overload this side here, which is what they would technically be doing, especially with him covering the shaded to the guard a little bit there. You do a better job of getting to the quarterback. You have to make sure that the inside, at most, that you can feasibly get to is protected. So you Wiley can't get the blitzer off the edge here and allow either 55 or 80 or 96 to get 98, excuse me, whichever number this is. It's upside down. I can't really read it. Whichever guy this is to get there first. You have to let the outside man go. So just a little rundown of 5-man protection. It's all about making sure the inside rushers are taken care of. But again, that throw by Chad Henne was really, it's an underrated part about the play. People didn't really talk about Chad Henne on this play. So I wanted to highlight that a little bit. Putting both of the guys in harm's way. Obviously, they drew the penalty, and Skyy was unable to really track it and bring it in. So unfortunate, but great play by everybody all around, executing that offensive scheme against a pretty basic vanilla defense. Again, just a little bit of a blitz, but a great job by them. So Chad Henne, Skyy Moore putting people's ankles in harm's way this week. I wonder what they're going to do in week 1 against the Cardinals. But until then, we're going to have, more content for you guys. I hope you enjoy this format. It's really a lot of fun for me to get more in depth on a play specifically and teach myself, learn a little bit more about offensive schemes and teach you guys too. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, we'll have more content as the weeks unfold. We have, from Thursday, a week from Thursday, the NFL season actually opens, and then a week from Sunday, it's Chiefs, baby. Let's go. We're almost at the regular season. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are ready for it. I'm ready for it.